did you get the money? You little thief!
But I did nothing wrong.
The store manager's grip tightened around her phone as her voice dropped into a sharp, rehearsed urgency. Yes, there's a black child causing trouble in my store. She's trying to steal. I need officers here now. The woman, Lydia Harper, pale-faced and rigid, never once broke eye contact with the girl standing across from her. 14-year-old Nia Brooks froze, disbelief flooding her chest. She clutched the folded bills she'd saved for months, her hands trembling as she realized the woman was lying, effortlessly, confidently, to the police. Then the alarms erupted. Red emergency lights flooded the boutique as shoppers panicked and rushed for exits. Sirens wailed closer with every second. Nia stood rooted to the floor, heart pounding, surrounded by chaos she didn't understand. What Lydia didn't know, what she couldn't imagine, was who she'd just targeted. She assumed Nia was someone easy to scare, easy to humiliate, easy to discard. She was wrong. Before this story continues, have you ever been judged before you even spoke? If you stand against discrimination, tap subscribe, type yes, and tell us where you're watching from. We read every comment. Nia had been raised by her mother, Danielle Brooks, a single parent who taught kindness, respect, and dignity. Danielle was turning 40 in 1 week, and Nia had been planning a surprise, saving every dollar of her allowance, $450. For a teenager, it was everything. For weeks, Nia Brooks had searched online, studying every detail of the dress she wanted, something graceful, timeless, something that would make her mother feel like royalty on her birthday. And that day, she decided to do something brave. She would shop alone, no help, no shortcuts, just her heart, her savings, and her surprise. So, when she stepped into Luna Boutique, excitement fluttered in her chest. Her purse held the carefully counted bills. Her mind replayed how her mother would smile. What Nia didn't know was that the store belonged to Danielle Brooks, her mother, the self-made CEO of Crestline Fashion Group, a multi-million-dollar empire built from nothing. Running the boutique was Lydia Harper, 45, manager for 6 years and self-appointed guardian of class. Lydia believed it was her job to decide who belonged and who didn't, hiding prejudice behind polished policies. The moment Nia walked in, Lydia's eyes locked onto her. A young black girl, alone, in a store where dresses started at $300. Suspicious, at least in Lydia's mind. Just minutes earlier, a white woman and her teenage daughter had entered. Lydia had greeted them warmly, offering water, compliments, and personal styling. But when Nia approached the counter with a polite smile, ready to ask for help, Lydia didn't even look up. No greeting, no welcome. Have you ever felt invisible in a room full of people? Nia waited, patient and respectful, before softly saying she was shopping for her mother's birthday. Lydia barely glanced at her. "Dresses are over there," she said coldly, pointing away. Nia smiled anyway and walked on. Across the store, sales associate Marisol Vega watched the exchange and felt her stomach sink. She'd seen this pattern before. Certain customers welcomed, others quietly pushed aside. Marisol wanted to step in to help the girl the way she deserved, but fear held her back. Lydia had made it clear, challenge her and you'd be job hunting by morning. Meanwhile, Nia moved carefully through the racks. She handled each dress with delicate respect, checking price tags, brushing fabrics like they were priceless. She wasn't browsing for fun, she was on a mission. But Lydia wasn't seeing a thoughtful child. She saw a threat. The manager began trailing Nia from a distance, watching her every move. When Nia lifted a blue dress to check the price, Lydia appeared instantly. "Be careful," she snapped. "These aren't toys." Startled, Nia nodded. "Yes, ma'am. I was just checking the price." "They start at $300, Lydia added sharply. "You can't afford that." Instead of arguing, Nia replied calmly, "I've been saving for this." Lydia scoffed and walked away, muttering under her breath. For 20 minutes, the pattern continued. Side comments, hovering, suspicion. Meanwhile, Chloe Reynolds, a white teenager shopping with her mother's credit card, received warm service and compliments. The contrast was unmistakable. Still, Nia remained composed. And then she saw it. An emerald green dress, elegant and beaded, perfect. Price, $400. She had enough. She waited patiently at the counter until Chloe finished, then stepped forward. "Excuse me," Nia said softly. "I'd like to try this on." Lydia's face hardened instantly. "That dress isn't for you." When Nia placed her neatly folded money on the counter, Lydia's shock turned to anger. Where did you get this? She demanded. And that's when everything began to unravel. Nia's voice stayed steady as she explained she'd saved every dollar from her allowance. But Lydia Harper wasn't listening. Her eyes narrowed, suspicion twisting into something uglier. I don't believe you, Lydia snapped. No kid your age has that kind of money unless something shady is going on. Tears welled in Nia's eyes, but she tried again, offering to show the bank envelope, to call her mother. Lydia cut her off. Put the dress back and leave my store. That was when Nia understood. This wasn't about money. It was about skin color. Still, she didn't back down. I'd like to speak to your manager. Lydia laughed. I am the manager. When Nia calmly asked for the district manager or owner, Lydia exploded. She accused Nia of causing trouble, then of stealing. The store fell silent. Customers stared. Phones came out. I didn't take anything, Nia pleaded. You can search my purse. Lydia raised her voice, lying without hesitation. I saw you hide something. Nia was shaking as Lydia called 911, falsely reporting a theft. Police sirens followed soon after. As officers arrived, Lydia ordered Nia to sit and wait, no phone calls allowed. If you believe this crossed a line, tap like, hit subscribe, and type justice in the comments. 23 miles away, Danielle Brooks sat at the head of a polished boardroom table, calmly leading the most important meeting of the quarter. Executives and investors reviewed a massive expansion deal, until one man leaned forward with a patronizing smile. Harold Whitman, a senior investor, questioned her leadership, hinting that her progressive customer policies were a liability. Danielle held her composure, preparing a sharp response when the door opened. Her assistant, Paula Rise, never interrupted meetings. Ever. The look on her face changed everything. Danielle's phone lit up. 17 missed calls, 12 texts. The last message stole the air from her lungs. Mommy, please help me. They're arresting me. I didn't do anything. I'm at the boutique. In one motion, the CEO vanished. A mother stood in her place. This meeting is adjourned, Danielle said, voice cutting through the room. Harold protested. Danielle turned slowly. My 14-year-old daughter is in police custody. If that's a problem, take it up with the board. Oh, wait, that's me. Have you ever felt that switch flip the moment nothing else matters? Danielle was already moving, calling her attorney, her therapist, then the police chief himself. As the elevator doors closed, her hands shook, not with fear, but fury. And somewhere across the city, the truth was about to collide with power. The moment Danielle Brooks reached the police car, everything shifted. Her voice, calm, controlled, unbreakable, cut through the noise as she ordered the handcuffs removed from her daughter. Officers hesitated for half a second too long. Danielle didn't raise her voice. She didn't need to. Her identity did the talking. When the officers realized who she was, the CEO, the owner, the woman whose name signed their department's donation checks, the color drained from their faces. Nia was released immediately, collapsing into her mother's arms as doctors moved in to assess the damage done by fear, humiliation, and betrayal. And then Danielle turned. Lydia Harper tried to explain, tried to justify, tried to hide behind policy. But the truth was already playing on security screens and cell phones. Clear footage of bias, lies, and a false police report. Have you ever watched someone realize too late that power has consequences? Lydia was fired on the spot, escorted out, banned for life from every company-owned property. Criminal charges followed for filing a false report. Civil lawsuits followed for discrimination and child endangerment. Her career ended that day, publicly, permanently. Danielle didn't stop there. Company-wide reforms were announced, mandatory anti-bias training, zero-tolerance enforcement, a multi-million-dollar foundation created in her daughter's name to protect children who don't have power yet. And that night, Danielle wore the emerald dress Nia had chosen, proud, unbroken. From the other side of silence, toss stories, where real voices rise and truth finds its echo. Like, subscribe, and share this story. Because silence protects injustice, but stories like this end it.